Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah. Running with country bands.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Bitcoin Chris checking in yet again. Happy Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday, but it's Wednesday. Time is flying by per usual. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I know the FOMC meeting is probably going to drop here in about 15 minutes. So we got that. We got the rate decision coming up here. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. Hope you guys are doing well. Um, Bitcoin on discount, right? We're going to jump into the Bitcoin price per usual, but make sure you head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get your $10 free Bitcoin per usual. And also download the Fold app. So we got some exciting news coming in the future. So make sure you guys are staying tuned, right? I got King Bless coming on the show on Friday. So I'm excited to have him on. And then pretty soon we're going to have Jeff Booth joining us as well. So I'm excited to have these guests. And if you guys want to, hop on a show to talk some Bitcoin, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. We have a lot of exciting things coming up here, especially for 2025. So, shout out to everybody that's tuned in and everybody that was listening and paying attention over the last few years. And of course, we're going to jump into the Bitcoin price, and see what exactly is going on here, right? Let's see exactly what's going on with Bitcoin. So let's jump right into it, guys. As you can remember, if you guys don't remember, in yesterday's video, I created these, or I showed you guys these, these support lines, right? Where I said we could possibly come down to, and just like clockwork, we have Bitcoin respecting the TA. I said we can hit that 103 level, 104 to 103. We hit 103, boom, came back down. Looks like a little double bottom action here. So this could be bullish for the FOMC meeting, unless it's obviously, a rate increase, which I don't think we will have, but we're going to have to watch and see. I know it's a little bit early, and a lot of people are going to watch this on the replay, so that's a-okay. Hope you guys are having a great day whenever you get to tune in and watch this video. So here we are looking at, again, the 20-day moving average. We slipped under that and retested and then headed down to the support level, retested the 20-day moving average, and this could be considered a double bottom here, right? And then we could head up, but we shall see. We do have this green dot on the hourly time frame. As I mentioned yesterday, these are great levels to DCA at, and again, we could easily come down a lot further. So just be aware of FOMC coming up here shortly. So we could get that spike down, and then possibly head back up much higher. So just be aware. And I do have another support level here around 100,000. So I would highly recommend that you guys just look out for these levels and just make sure that your DCA doesn't matter the price, right? Excuse me. Price is the most irrelevant thing about Bitcoin, but we're all here for the number go up technology. So, make sure that you're stacking your Bitcoin and chilling, right? And yeah, with that being said, let's jump into the 4-hour time frame real quick. So, looking at the 4-hour time frame, as I mentioned yesterday, again, we could come down a lot further. Um, we also have support down to 99.5, and your 200-day moving average is at 97.5. Don't think we'll come down that low, but we do also have a sort of a trend line here at the bottom. So if we do come down to touch this trend line, that would be around 97.5. So we shall see. We have momentum headed all the way down, or just heading down here on the market cipher indicator. So this is your indication that we are in the sell zone once we cross the zero line. So money flow is still in the green, aka blue. I changed it from black to red here. So we went here. Let's see what the price did around this area. Little bit of dips, here. Not too much, but we did have a nice pump here, and then we quickly came back down. So 4-hour time frame looking bearish, daily looking bearish as well. And as I did in yesterday's video, your support level here is at 101. And if we go down below that again, expecting like a $100 to $99,000 level, so about a $1,000 range there. And then if we lose that again, same thing, right? Just different time frame. So looking at that, just be careful. If you're trading, just be careful. Don't over leverage and don't trade. Stack your Bitcoin and chill. And we are going to look at the DXY, see what DXY is doing, and then we're going to also jump into, of course, micro strategy. So, all right, let's jump to the daily for DXY. I did say in a live, 2 lives ago, that we're looking pretty bullish on DXY, and this could possibly create a double top, which is what you see here. So I'm expecting us to come up a little further and then possibly head down. But based on market cipher here, it looks like we are, we definitely have that uptrend and upward momentum here. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But on the 4-hour, we have that bearish candle going on here. We have a 2-hour red dot here. And looking at the hourly time frame, looks like we are going to be heading down, which is great for Bitcoin and great for assets. So make sure that like I said, just make sure you're paying attention to what's going on. We have our 200-day moving average on the DXY at 106,621. So be on the lookout for that again, red dot here. But this could be just a deviation before it heads higher. So be careful. And I know the FOMC is coming up here. So let's jump into MicroStrategy for the next day. TA. Wow. Came down lower. We have 370. hit a low of 373. I'm pretty sure I called these levels in the live 2 days ago. So looking at these levels here again, I said once we broke this trend line and came down, we can most likely do a V-shaped recovery. But we all know micro sellers selling to buy more Bitcoin. So sell offs should not be something that you guys are, you know, not used to. The volatility is something that you should be used to at this point, especially when we're hitting highs. Boom, all-time highs on Bitcoin as well. So here you have the high of 548, and then right now we're at 386. So very, very volatile stock. And I know some option traders love MicroStrategy, but I would not be short on this asset at all. Even though even though, I mean, if you're smart enough, you know what you're doing, do what you do, right? Make your money. But long term, this is not a wise thing to do, in my opinion, is to short MicroStrategy. So again, we did break the trend line here, but let's jump out to the 4 hour time frame. It's crazy 'cause I know I called these levels. All right, so 374, I definitely called this level as well, and I said possibly coming down to 360. So TA is on point, but let's continue to monitor the asset here. Let's look at the daily time frame. Yeah, Tuesday we got our red dot, and right now we're at the 20-day moving average, and let's see what that 21 is at. Or the 200, I'm sorry, that's down at 193. Definitely don't think we come down that low, but that's where the 200-day moving average is. So ECA your MicroStrategy, guys, and if you're using MicroStrategy to trade options, then be careful. Don't over leverage, or don't do what you want, right? Just be careful. That's all I gotta say. On the weekly time frame, this trend line is still holding up. Maybe I need to correct it. All right, let's look at the monthly. For the past 3 months, look at that. Look at that flag on the monthly time frame. Looking at the flag on the monthly time frame, it looks pretty bullish. If you just zoom out, boom. As soon as you broke that 168, off to the horses, off to the horses, off to the races. So we could do a target is $800 MicroStrategy in the next few months. I would assume, maybe by the end of January, maybe February. Look at this green dot here on the monthly, and that was from January 2023. And you could have just taken that bad boy right up to, oh my God, that's crazy, $15. $15 to 164, pulled back, and now we're at 3 and went all the way up to 543, and now we're at 386. So I know we did this in a previous video. For those of you who might not have seen that video, let us do the percentage on that. Almost 3,000%, and then currently at well, not almost, over 3,000%. And then currently at 2,000%. Wow. All right, so that's that. Let's jump into today's topics. I'm going to jump into a few tweets here. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to see if we can watch the FOMC, right? So I usually don't even watch the FOMC because there's like 100 people watching FOMC. But let's go ahead and jump into Twitter. All right. Who did this? You guys are hilarious. All right, so let's continue. Let's look at the tweets here. I want to go over real quick. Should be a short stream. I appreciate you guys tuned in. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Yes, it does feel good to be unvaxxed and to be a Bitcoiner. Very few and far in between. All right. Where is it at? Here it is. Here we go. I'm gonna see if we can get Mr. DD on the show. So I'm looking forward to having him on the show and discussing this as well. Because what he did, I actually remember the story when I saw this. Right, we sold our $300,000 house in 2017 for 100 Bitcoin. We can buy back the same house today, which costs 400K, for only 4 Bitcoin. If we would have held the 300K on a bank account or in a bank account, right, from 2017, we would not have been able to buy back the same house. That's the difference. That's why Bitcoin's so important. Jeff Booth also says this, right? That his house used to cost, you know, 100 Bitcoin. I think he says the same thing. I think his house costs like 4 Bitcoin. So, once you understand what's really going on and once you evaluate and take the time to do your research, right, then this makes absolute sense, right? I'm sure people were talking crazy. I'm sure that not only were they talking crazy about this man, I'm sure he was getting ridiculed, laughed at, people calling him stupid, and the whole 9 yards, right? And I'm sure somebody was talking crazy about this man and what he was doing, and about his decision to sell his house to buy Bitcoin, right? And obviously, it pays off, and it paid off, right? And only people that have conviction and have done their due diligence have the you know understanding, and again the conviction to do this, right? I'm sure most people would not have sold, 99.9% of people would not have sold their house in 2017 for 100 Bitcoin. And I'm sure it probably, depending on what time he bought it at, right? Because that's when Bitcoin hit that all-time high of 20K, and then we went, he had to hold through all of the fluctuations, guys. Remember, it went from 20K down to 10K, down to 5K, and range bound, and then we also had the C19 scare, which dropped everything. Majority of assets dropped, right? But then everything ripped. But we got to remember, Bitcoin was at 3 grand, 3,500, 4 grand, right? So you got to remember, he held through all that because he knew what he held, right? And so from that, 2017 till now, right? 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, almost 2025. We're coming up on 8 years, right? So most people don't have that long term outlook and that long term time frame, and that that idea to just hey, the house is going to be the house. Everything gets cheaper in Bitcoin. So if you understand that everything's going to get cheaper in Bitcoin, then don't buy that house right now, right? Buy the Bitcoin now, and then that way you can buy the house later on, right? Because it'll be much, much cheaper and much more affordable for you to do so. And now, again, everything just gets cheaper in Bitcoin, guys. So this is an amazing story. I actually remember seeing this, and I didn't have any negative opinions about it. I was like, oh, that's crazy. It's pretty dope. So I'm glad that he did it. I'm glad that him and his family are reaping the benefits of the decision of reaping the benefits of his decision. So shout out to Didi. All right. So he's all in Bitcoin. He's literally all in Bitcoin, right? So I'm excited. Hopefully we can get him on the show. I think we can, and I know we will. And so that'll be an amazing uh, interview and a great podcast to have. So I'm excited to speak to him about that. And he has a family of, so this is a family of five. So three girls. He's surrounded by all girls. It looks like he's in Hawaii somewhere. Maybe he's in Thailand or somewhere, or maybe he's in, where is he at? Yeah, isn't this like Hawaii? Tohotu, yeah, Tohotu, Hawaii. I got some Hawaiian friends. I'm familiar with that term, with that name right there. So yeah, we shall see, guys. But that's the point, guys. Is This is the most important tweet of the day, and probably the most important tweet, of the year, right? Because this is probably going to go down as one of the you know, biggest freaking decisions ever in history, right? How many people would have done this? Honestly, like nobody would have done this in 2017, or very few, right, would have done this in 2017. So again, shout out to Bitcoin DD. Shout out to him, man. We have Samson, of course. If you don't think Bitcoin is going to 1 million next year, you're just not paying attention. And I hear a lot of people saying that it's only going to go to 130, or we're not going to get that high, quote unquote. But Bitcoin is always going to do what Bitcoin does: simple math and a supply and demand. And while you're worried about the price of Bitcoin, you need to be thinking about the value of your dollar going down and decreasing over time. So this is absolutely devastating to you and your family, which is why it's important for not only me, every podcast, right? There needs to be more. I was talking, I used to talk, just joking around. Like there's too many Bitcoin podcasts, and I take that joke back. There's not enough Bitcoin podcasts. There's not enough Bitcoin videos. There's not enough Bitcoin creators because you know Bitcoin's at 100,000 and normies don't even care. I mean, that's fine if normies don't care, but people still don't really care about Bitcoin, and they're gonna buy at the price they deserve. It's just when you can see the future, or you can have foresight and see what's going on. It's you're trying to tell people what's coming, and they don't listen. They just got to learn the hard way. So shout out to everyone who had you know done their due diligence and did their research. We had Dennis on yesterday, so make sure you guys go check out that live stream. Great video, great live stream yesterday, great podcast. So shout out to Dennis. Make sure you guys are following Dennis, of course. So I'm glad to have him on. And we've actually we were on Clubhouse back in 2021, 2022. I'm not even sure when I did get onto Clubhouse. Let me see if I can find it. I got the app right here. So let's pull up the app. Let's see if it says when I joined Clubhouse. No, it doesn't. Does not say when we joined Clubhouse, but I know it was around 2020, probably late 2020, 2021 time frame. But here's what $1 trillion in cash looks like. Sheesh. 100 billion is crazy. 1 billion is crazy. 1 trillion is crazy. Yeah, man. Just seeing how much money that is absolutely mind blowing. So it is what it is. All right, let's see if we have any more tweets before we jump into why you should probably restore your credit, right? Maybe you don't want to, maybe you don't care about credit, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's look at BTC because I know the Fed rate is coming in, and I just saw a British tweet, so I don't know if that was the cut or if that is the. We're jumping down to the 5 minute time frame. Again, I'm expecting if we break 103 to head down lower to 100,000. So we'll keep this up. I'll actually put an alert here. And I'll put an alert if we break above the recent high, or we'll do a recent high. So okay, we'll keep that in mind for the FOMC meeting. But right now we're dumping. That's why I said discounting coming, guys. And in yesterday's video, I said we're going to come down to these levels. So fade all you want. Fade all you want. Look at that. So, all right, let's continue. We'll keep, let's see if I can split can I split this? No, I can't, but we'll just watch this real quick to see what's going to happen here. Let me know if you guys think we're going to hit 100,000 or we're going to bounce before then. Let me know if you think we're going to bounce, guys, or if you think we're going to head down lower. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Hit that like, share, subscribe. All right, we're almost. Let me move this down actually because we're definitely coming down. If we break 103, this alert will go off, and we're looking. Yeah, it looks like we're headed down, guys. So this is what happens when you fade Bitcoin, Chris. Discount incoming. It is what it is. I told you guys yesterday we're going to come down to 103, and that's exactly where we hit 103. I said 104 to 103, and that's exactly what happened. And I think we're going to. We haven't looked at CoinGlass. That's what I didn't do yesterday. So let's do that real quick. Because, I think there's still a lot of longs, and this, you have to go with the data, right? Don't go with your feelings. Go with the data. Go with what the charts say, right? Go with what the indicators are letting you know what's happening, right? So get a little bit of a bounce here. Okay, let's look at CoinGlass while that's something. Let's look at the liquidation map, which I always like to show you guys, right? Liquidation map. Let's see what's going on with the liquidation map to see if this is going to confirm what I was saying. Or, we can see the data, right? We have a bunch of longs to be collapsed up at 92,000. Don't think we get down that low, but we do have 12,000. 12 billion worth of longs to be liquidated at 92,000. So I don't think we get down that low, but that shows you that there's way more. And this is in the 30-day time frame. There's way more longs than shorts. So typically what happens is they get flushed out before we head higher. And then if we look at the shorts, we can see that at 120,000, we have $4 billion in shorts. So if the exchanges can see this, if the whales can see this information, then guess what they're going to do, guys? They're going to liquidate the longs, right, before sending it higher. They want to make sure that you guys get liquidated, especially if you're over leveraged. So be careful. That's why I tell you guys to just stack your stack your Bitcoin and chill DCA. And if you are going to trade, just be careful. Very simple. So that's that. That's the 30-day time frame. Let's look at the 7-day outlook. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I didn't even get a chance to. We do have 10 billion in shorts at 93 from the 7-day outlook, and then 5 billion at 116, which does align with our predictions as far as uh, possible price targets. So as you can see here, we have 2 billion at just this is in the last day. I don't really like to look at daily data. I usually only do the 30, but I want to look at the 7. Yeah, so we got a ton of longs to be clapped up. So I'm telling you now, don't be surprised if we continue to head lower. And look at that, heading lower. Shout out to Oliver. This would be called a elephant bar. And if you get a strong sell like this, followed by another strong sell like this under the 200 and the 20, guys, this is like automatic sells. Like this is selling pressure, super selling pressure. For you to get a candles of this size means that there's a lot of sellers, and it's not like me and you can do this, right? These are big players that are selling right now, so they're trying to scare everybody. Excuse me, liquidate the longs, right? Like we just saw. So that confirms that we could be heading much lower, right? 100,000, maybe even lower than that, right? Like I said, maybe 99 to 100,000 is my ideal range, but we could also bounce. So we're gonna have to see, right? It's about reacting to what's happening. So I'm not gonna try to guess what's happening. I can make a guess, but that doesn't mean that I'm right. So I'm not trying to say that I know what's gonna happen, but the probability of these things happening, it makes sense. We have a red diamond on the hourly time frame. Let's say red dot on the, I said this could possibly head higher, but it's not looking like that is the case right now because we have a lot of sellers, but this could change. This could always change. 30-minute time frame, also red diamond, excuse me, and a red dot. And we have the VWAP headed down, this quote unquote VWAP, and the momentum is also starting to head down, guys. So that is that is what we are looking at. Let's look at BTC on exchanges because we like to look at Bitcoin on exchanges. We will hit 103. We will hit 101 lowest. Okay. Okay. Okay, Benji. Thanks for getting me more sats. You're welcome. I'm not sure how I got you more sats, but I'm glad that you're able to get more sats, whether that be with Fold or, getting the $10 free with Bitcoin, with Swan. Make sure you guys get your satoshis, guys. I'm excited to, I got some good news coming for you guys, so hopefully I can help you guys get even more Bitcoin, right? Get some more satoshis, right? But we'll keep that once I get everything confirmed. I'll let you guys know. But for right now, look at the Bitcoin balance on exchanges again. I remember talking about the Bitcoin exchange balances, you know, all throughout the year. And every time, you know, majority of the time, not every time, because there were times where it did raise, it did go up, and then it would drop back down, and then, go up, and then it would drop back down, and then it would go up, and then it'll drop back down. So again, 2.2 million Bitcoin on exchanges. This is a crazy slope right here, guys. It's like 100,000. What's that? 200,000. So 2.4 here, and now we're at 2.2. 200,000 Bitcoin taken off exchanges, and the last one was this since October. And as you can see, look at this. Look at the inverse correlation here. As soon as the October hit, right? We actually went down in October, right? Yeah, everybody was crying in October. See, boom, it went down in October, and everybody's like, "Oh, I thought it was October. What is going on?" Dipped again. So, and then we hit November, 70,000, 68, and then up. November happened, and then look at this. You see how the price correlated with the removal of Bitcoin on exchanges. So, what do you guys think is going to continue to happen, guys? Let's pay attention. Let's make sure that we're watching these patterns, right? Make sure that we're watching these patterns. We do have Bitcoin bouncing here. Nice little bounce here at support. All right, looks like we're gonna start to head down lower. So yeah, once we break these levels, guys, we're gonna go down. It looks like we're about to head down right now. So while that's we'll come back once I get the alert. But for now, let's go over why you should probably restore your credit, right? Because Bitcoin's definitely coming on sale. Discount on Bitcoin, as mentioned, is on the way. So definitely look out for that. Definitely look out for this sweep. Matter of fact, let me do some fibs real quick. Let me pull some Fibonacci retracements real quick. Got our low here. Got our high here. Okay, 102. Looking at 102. 1025. All right, cool. So let's continue. You guys want more Bitcoin, right? I'm going to show you guys why you should and how you should, excuse me, stack some more Bitcoin, right? And how credit plays into that, which I've been telling you guys for years. But people seem not to listen, and that's okay. It's called repetition is key, and I want you guys to learn about what's going on, right? So let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. There goes our alert. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Hit that like, share, subscribe. I want to go over this credit thing, but I'm watching this price real quick. Busy watching this PRICE. Looks like we're bouncing, guys. I put another alert in case if we break these lows. Strong support here, so we're gonna have to see. All right, guys. So I think we bounce. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. I think we had lower, but we're gonna have to watch and wait and see, right? So let's go ahead and jump into credit real quick, and we'll jump back over to Bitcoin in just one moment. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and make sure that you guys, check out all the services and things I can help you guys with in the link in the bio. And make sure you get Swan, make sure you get the Fold app, and stack your Bitcoin and chill, right? Stack your Bitcoin and chill. All right. So while Bitcoin is doing what Bitcoin does, let's look at the. All right. Why you should probably, most likely, most definitely, why you should restore your credit. First and foremost, it's not financial advice. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. And I'm only giving you guys the information and knowledge about things that I have done. Not going to tell you to do anything that I haven't done. It's 222. 222. 2. All right, cool. Look at that bounce. Bitcoin's bouncing a little bit here, guys, but that's fine. Very strong support at that $103,000 level. So we're watching. All right. So why you should probably restore your credit, or fix your credit, or repair your credit, however you want to say it. Either way, it's going to mean the same thing. But let's jump into why you should do it, and what if you join the program and we're able to help you, or you do it on your own. This is how you want to definitely look at your credit. So I know most people don't care about their credit. Most people are, opposed to credit. The average person doesn't know how, what's making up their credit. I still deal with people to this day that don't have a clue. Just because I've been dealing with credit for 4+ years, or since 2017, almost 8 years dealing and learning about credit. It's like it's second nature to me, but most people just don't understand it. So I want to take time, and even though I've done videos on this before, I want to make sure I take time to explain this to you guys. Excuse me, on this actual live. So Let me get my son to get me something to drink because I'm thirsty. My voice is cracking. He just came home from school. Hey, can you please bring me something to drink, please? Thank you. Love you. All right, cool. All right, so here we are. So if you're going to, so first of all, we all need credit, whether we want to, acknowledge that or not. And if you have bad credit, everybody has a credit score. Whether you have bad credit or good credit, it's going to determine how much you pay. So one of the reasons why you want to fix or restore or repair your credit is because you're going to pay more for things, which unfortunately is the way that these banks are set up, right? But we're not going to dive into what the real meaning or the actual meaning of these things are. We're just going to go with you know what we've been told, right? Because there's a whole nother side to this that we're not going to dive into today. So here you have a $23,000 Toyota Camry, which I think they're going to cost way more than that. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, cool. $23,000 Camry, 66 months. You don't have to have perfect credit, right? Because perfect credit is like 800, 850 to 900. And you don't have to have the worst credit, but if you have messed up credit or lower than 680, anything lower than a 680 is considered bad credit. Anything over 680 is considered good credit, and the higher the better, of course, and the lower the worse it is, of course. So your interest rate is going to determine how much you're paying each month in interest. And if you have a higher credit score, then you would pay lower interest rates, right? As you can see here, if you have a lower credit score, you're going to pay higher interest rates. They're just that's just the way the banks operate, unfortunately. There's another aspect to this. Again, we're not going to dive into on this particular chat, but or this particular call or podcast or stream. But just know that there's another side of this that we're going to touch on sometime in the future. All right. So here, your total payments for the $23,000 car. If you got a 2%, you probably get like a 5%. Excuse me, 5% interest rate, 4%. Anything over 8% is crazy. But they're going to charge you again more for bad credit, right? You just pay for more things, right? So this person is paying 15%, his payment or her payment, or John, and John is paying $514 a month. Excuse me, for the same exact vehicle, paying 10,000, almost $11,000 more in interest, versus someone who just restores their credit, understands how to finesse, and you play the game, right? Just play the game, guys. Play the game. So you're paying 9,000, almost $10,000 more just for being, you know, I don't know the term. It would just be being. Would you be uninformed? Are you going to be uninformed after this call? No. Or after this chat, or after this live, after this podcast? Are you going to be uninformed now? It's one thing to know better and to do better. It's one thing to not know, because ignorance is, if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know better, then you should definitely do better, right? So let's continue. So instead of paying $24,000 for the car, example A, you're going to be paying $33,000 for the same exact car. So you just got to make sure that not only A, that you understand why it's important to do that. Because one, instead of you paying $10,000 more in interest, that could be going towards what? Bitcoin. That can be going towards what? You can use some of that to, take care of other things, right? And emergencies happen, right? You have vacation that you want to take, right? You want to live a little, right? So instead of you paying that towards the car, put that in your pocket, put that into Bitcoin, right? So over the 66-month time frame, stack some Bitcoin with that extra money that you're saving in interest. So that's one thing. The other thing, it's so crazy once you start to understand what's going on with these notes and what's going on with our promissory notes and what's really going on with the banking on the private side and the public side. It's like, yo, you look at these things, you're like, man, this is crazy. Anyways, a house, 30-year mortgage, you're paying for the house pretty much 2.5 times. We can look at a mortgage calculator if you would like, and we can actually do that as well. Um, but yeah, actually, it's here, right? It's actually here. It's actually here. Oh my god. So $250,000 house, 30-year fixed mortgage, 2.75. Paying, I don't think this is like accurate as far as payments now. Yeah, I don't think you'll get a 2.5% or 2.75% interest on the house right now. I think you'll probably get 4 or 5% if you have good credit. I've seen people with 3 and 2% because they bought their house back in 2020, so they got the good rates back in 2020 and all that good stuff, right? A lot of people bought houses then, got good interest rates. All right, so over the same 30 years, if you just had a decent credit score when you applied and got your home, you're only paying. This is still too much to pay because your promissory note, you created the money for the house, but we're not going to go there. You're paying 117,000 in interest over 30 years, totaling $367,000 for your home. We talked about refinancing. They'll probably send you a letter in the mail saying, we want you to refinance halfway through or 10 years through. Guys, can't do that. Do a home equity line of credit. If you don't know what that is, watch the video where I went over home equity line of credit. Gave you guys this quick example, or look it up yourself. So having a 600 credit score, basically, you're paying 6.5%, which is like the typical rate right now, which is crazy, 5-6%. So even at the regular rate right now, 5 to 6%, because that's what it is now. I can actually Google it. Let me Google it and see what the average rate is. Let me look up the stats for you guys. Average interest rate on a mortgage. Look at that. What did I just say? Average rate is 6.8, up 7 basis points since this time last week. Yeah. So like I just said, I said this is the average right now. Like I said, this is back in 2020. You could have got this. So there you go. Average rate. So there you go. So it don't even matter right now, right? This is what you're gonna pay regardless. You're gonna pay 300 and this is for $250,000 house. The more house, the more cost. The higher the house of the cost. The cost of the house, the higher, the more interest that you're gonna be paying at the end of the day, which is crazy. So you got $1,500. Interest paid is $318,000. Your house is only $250, so you're paying $318,000 in interest. Total $568,000, and this is the average right now. So imagine what's going to happen. This is the average right now. So everybody's going to be paying. You're paying more than your house in interest. Why would you buy a house? You create the note to get the house. They securitize your note, which destroys the mortgage, destroys their actual obligation to collect on the debt, which most people don't know. Go watch the mortgage, how to beat a foreclosure video on my YouTube channel. If you know anybody dealing with foreclosure, right? Why would you pay $318,000 in interest to the bank when you only borrowed $250? This is how they be robbing us. That's why I keep telling you guys. This is a liability. Yes, you're going to have quote unquote appreciation. You're going to have, equity once you start paying this down. But unless you're doing it strategically where you're making multiple payments towards your, you can do an interest only payment, right? Now you're paying more than 1,500 obviously for your mortgage, right, at that point. But anyways, I digress. The point is you're paying way more for the house, guys. Okay. So instead of putting $318,000 in the bank's pocket, that $318,000 could be going into Bitcoin over a 30-year period. Imagine how much that would turn into in 30 years if you just DCA BTC versus you spend it out on a mortgage. And as we just saw, the cost of your house goes down, right? So you can get a house and the house will cost less in the future if your unit of account is Bitcoin. Hope this is making sense. So let's scroll down. What makes up your credit score? We'll jump into that real quick. Sorry about that. What makes up your credit score? Here we have 35% of your credit score is payment history, which means if you miss a payment, if you get a late payment, it's going to hurt you. That's one of the worst things you can get is a missed payment or late payment. Once you have a late payment, it's going to drop your score the most because this is what makes up the most of your credit score, guys. Very simple. Screenshot this. 30% is how much you owe, which is your credit card utilization. If you know that you need to learn your statement date versus due date, which are two different dates. Use your card, of course. But if you find out what your statement date is, then that's the day you need to pay down. Pay down the balance before the statement date, right? 1 to 2 days before the statement date. After the statement date, go ahead and use up the credit again. 15% credit history. So how you can get credit history is obviously having credit cards. You can do Boom Pay, which is if you're renting, you can backdate your rent and add that to your credit report, which will boost your credit history. So that'll help you out as well. 10% is going to be your inquiries or new credit. And then the last is going to be 10% is mixed credit. So you're going to have a mix variety of credit on your reports, right? So you want to have loans, credit cards, secure loans as an option, credit builders, any of the credit builders, any accounts that's just going to build your account, but you want to have a mixed use of credit, guys. Okay. So let's continue. This particular client, we're just going to go over their report. So that way we just have some examples, right? Boom. They have. So this is what you will actually receive if you decide to join our program. So we'll break it down and this is what you'll actually receive, a breakdown of your actual report. So you guys get to see what's going on with your actual credit reports. Maxing out your credit cards will lower your score, but if you pay the balances below 30%, we don't say 30% at all because 30% is the bare minimum. We say at least 15% minimum. And then if you use the strategy that I teach, which is find out your statement date and your due date, then you pay it all the way off 2 days before your statement date. And then that will drop your utilization down to 0. And then you can use the credit again and use it all, right? You can max it out or do whatever you need to do, but it won't report that it's maxed out. Okay. Once you lower your credit card utilization, your scores will increase automatically, guys. So this individual has 85% credit card usage. So if you're using 85%, the bare minimum and the standard is 30%, but I'm telling you to do at least 10 to 15%, even 0% if you understand how to utilize and understand your statement date and due date, then guess what? Then this would be lower and that would automatically boost your score. A lot of people can boost their credit just by simply finding out their statement date, paying down their balance on before the statement date, let that report and report 0% utilization or 15% or whatever you can do, 10%, 5%, better than 85%, that's for sure. And that's going to boost your score dramatically, right? Because you're showing and you're just finessing the algorithm, guys. These are all algorithms, and this is exactly what makes up your credit. So if you understand what makes up your credit, then you'll understand what to do. Excuse me. Very simple. Let's continue. All right. So here we'll break down pretty much everything on your report. All right. So this person, collections, 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 charge offs, charge off, charge off, charge off. So lots of charge offs, lots of collections. No public records. If you had like a bankruptcy or whatever, we can remove those as well. Takes a little longer, but we definitely have helped people remove their bankruptcies, as I've stated many times before. So if it's a negative item on your report, they don't even actually that's public data, that's public information, it's public records, but you have a right to privacy, and also the they go fishing for this public information, so they're not supposed to report public information, or they don't they actually go and retrieve that information and report that on your credit report, which again, you don't have to have that reporting on your report if you don't want to. Again, you have a right to privacy. We talk about rights over here. We talk about our rights. We talk about being aware of what our constitutional protected activities are. So make sure you are aware of that. We have inquiries, which is 10% of your score, because the more you apply for things, the more thirsty you look, the banks are going to deny you, right? If you're applying too much, right? Which is what I was talking to Clarity about the other day. Me and Clarity were talking about, how you can, go to 3 banks on each credit reporting agency, 3 banks for the business credit side is what we're talking about. So for business credit, you go to 3 banks that pull from Experian, 3 banks pull from TransUnion, 3 banks that pull from Equifax. If they give you 10 grand each, that's $90,000 that you can use to buy Bitcoin or start a business or invest in real estate, whatever it is that you want to do. But now you have capital to do so, 0% interest anywhere between 12 to 18 months. All right. Anyways, so you want to, if you don't have, we can remove inquiries as well. So if you have open accounts on your personal side, if these accounts are not open, like accounts that you have, then we can remove them. If you have them, we cannot remove them. If they're business accounts, then we can remove those as well. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So yeah, this is what you guys would receive once you guys join the program. Or if you join, go get your credit. At least you don't have to join the program. I don't care if you guys do or not. I'm just letting you guys know what the process looks like, and what makes up your credit, and why you should fix your credit is because, one, you'll pay less for things over time. Two, you can get business credit, which we just talked about a little bit. Business credit, so you can get money, capital, to buy assets, to you know get wealthy. Get wealthy by buying assets, guys. Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, so we would remove the negative items for you. So if you wanted business credit, you would need to clean up your credit report. So this is the reason why you want to fix your credit. A, because you'll pay less and less over time for the same exact things as someone who has better credit than you would pay. For an example, the house. For example, the car. You can use that money to buy Bitcoin. Do whatever it is that you want to do. It's your money. You shouldn't be paying that in interest if you don't have to. Okay. The second reason why you should, and why we recommend that you fix your credit, restore your credit, repair your credit, is because then you can get business credit. And once you get business credit, you can then get anywhere between 10, 20 grand per bank, right? And then you'll get 0% interest on those credit cards, right? Everybody asking for loans and stuff, right? Most banks are not going to give you a loan. They'll give you a business credit card, though, or a line of credit, or we can strategize and, get both, a line of credit and business credit, depending on the bank. Typically, for lines of credit, they want you to be in business for at least 2 years. And if you're in business for at least 2 years, As long as you're not asking for a certain, as long as you're not asking over a certain amount, they will not ask you for documentation. Okay, so then you can get again up to $20,000 per bank. If you do again 9 banks, that's $90,000. If you double that, it's $180,000. 0% interest, anywhere between uh, or actually 12 to 18 months would be your time to utilize the capital to make money. So be smart with the money. Make money with the money. That's what it's there for. Start a business with the money. Buy Bitcoin with the money. Do whatever it is that you need to do with the money, right? But again, if you have collections and charge offs on your account, you're not getting any money, right? You're not getting anything. So that's why people join the program, is because they want to pay less for things. They want to get business credit. They want to make sure that they get approved for things if they apply. They want a lower uh, car payment. They want a lower interest rate on their home. If they're going to decide to get a home, they're going to want to get a better interest rate on the credit cards, 0% interest credit card, right? But you're not going to get approved or get anything if you have bad credit, because the banks are just going to look at you like a liability. So this is where we come in. We educate you on how to not only build your credit, which we'll jump into here in just a second, but you got to remove the negative items, guys. You got to get these off your report. A lot of times these things are reporting incorrectly, so that's how we're able to remove them, is because it's not 100% accurate, right? And if it's not 100% accurate, not if it's not reporting correctly, then it needs to be deleted, and that's per the FCRA, which is the law. So we use the law to get these things off of your report. So everything is done legally, of course. And there's a ton of reasons, and a ton of things that they do incorrectly. Like they'll even have maybe the same account on here 3 times, right? If this is the same account, which I'll be able to dive into on the back portal when I do this client's disputes. If this is the same account 3 times, why are they reporting the same account 3 times? This is a duplicate. This is hurting them. It may just be 1 time, but if it's on there 3 times and it's not reporting correctly, if it's not the same on all 3 agencies, then that's grounds for deletion, guys. Late payments can be removed. Bankruptcies can be removed. Collections, charge-offs can be removed. Uh, Repossessions can be removed. Child support can be removed. Tax liens, judgments. I've never seen a judgment though. I've only seen bankruptcies. So those things can be removed, guys. Okay, so let's jump into building your credit real quick, and then we'll jump back into Bitcoin's price, the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin price. Hit that like, share, subscribe. You got yours at 3%. Yeah, see, some people got it at 3%. That's what's up, bro. I'm glad you got it at 3%. You had a bankruptcy discharge in 2017. Can I get that off your report? Absolutely, you can get that off your report. Send me a DM on Twitter, or go to the link in my description, and then we can help you get that information, or help you to get that cleaned up. There we go. Bitcoin is hitting that level that I told you guys, and let's share the window. Stop sharing and then reshare. All right, guys. What are we looking for now? 102. Fade all you want. Bitcoin discount incoming, and guess what? Bitcoin is on a discount. All right, cool. So yeah, if you have a bankruptcy, we can get it removed. So if you guys are interested in any of the services, just like I said, just make sure that you click the link in the description, and or the link tree. So while Bitcoin's dipping, let me show you guys. I don't know if it's showing, so let me just stop sharing in general, and then let me share it again. All right. So when you guys join the program, or when you guys click on the link in my description, in the bio, you're going to come here. It's going to say fix your credit. I'll go to Linktree actually and show you guys. Oh yeah, this Friday, if you guys want to get back your taxes that you paid for the last 3 years and learn how to do lawfully, legally, click this link. It's only $150 for the class or $199 for the replay, and to join the Discord and to ask questions. Okay, so definitely join that class this Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You're gonna scroll down here. If you don't have your fold card, go get the fold card. Okay. You're gonna click on Start Credit Repair, Free Credit Analysis. So it'll give you a free credit analysis. We'll go over everything with you. If you want to refer people and make extra money, if you refer some people and want to make $100, you know, per person that joins the program, then guess what? That's $100 that you could be putting into Bitcoin or whatever it is that you want, right? You can do 5 people, one person a day. That's $500 a week extra, 4 weeks. That's $2,000 extra just by referring somebody to the program, right? So again, you click here, go pop right up. And you just fill out your information. And then you'll get an email and you'll get a text as well from our business phone. But that business phone is changing. But yeah, you can book a call with us. You can do all that good stuff. You can pay over time as well. But yeah, you just fill this out to get your credit analysis done, and then we'll let you know what's up and go over your report. But people that want a house, they got a house. People that want a car, they got a car. People that want a business credit, they got business credit. So it is what it is. But what you would want to do is if you need help with any of the, collections, charge off, repos, any of that stuff, and you want to get business credit or just want to pay for less, right? You want to get that stress off your back. You want to pay less for things. Join the program because you shouldn't be worried about the price, right? And the price is only $88 a month. Or you can pay it in full, right? If you want to pay it in full, you let us know. You get a discount if you pay it in full. But regardless of the price, the value is much, much more valuable because this person wanted a house, right? And what she paid, the value of her getting a home is much, much, much more valuable than the cost of getting her credit restored. So she joined the program because she wanted a house. So if you want a house and you're not willing to fix your credit, or if you do, if you want to pay, like we just ran over, if you want to pay high interest rate for the same house and pay $300,000 more for your house, or pay $300,000 in interest for the same house, you know, or probably more because that's the average, right? The average is about 6%, right? 6.8%, 6.5%, like we just saw. So if the average is 6.8%, you're going to be paying more than that if you have bad credit, which means you're going to pay way more than that in interest. So if you don't understand the value of saving on the interest, or saving, on payments for your car payment, or to get business credit to buy assets to change your trajectory in life, and to invest and to start getting rich, getting wealthy. If you don't find that valuable, if you're worried about the price of something versus the value of something, like the price of Bitcoin versus the actual value of Bitcoin, then you have bigger things to worry about. And until you change your mindset, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change until you change, right? So, with that being said, I digress. But I want you guys to go on to my website, and you can build your credit for free. Um, and I want you guys to do this whether you are in my program or not, because by you building your credit, you'll start to see your score increase. And when your scores increase, then you can, then you can.
Here's a quick, guys. I'm going to share my screen.
Then you can. So I put together all this information for you guys already. So
you overcome.
I make things
Guys, I'm
pretty
going to
easy
share
for
my.
you guys. All you have to do is log in or go to the website and just click on build credit, and then you can learn about the statement date, which is what I was just telling you guys about, learning about your statement date, how to find your statement date. This is very important information because, again, if you want to lower your credit card utilization and get your score boosted without having to do much, right, then this is a great way to do so. So learn about the statement date, learn about charge-offs, learn about
Here's a credit tip that
collections, learn about authorized users, which I went over in a different video, where you can ask your mom or your grandma or grandpa, to
you can
add you
benefit.
on as authorized user. And most people don't even know that you can do this. If you don't have anybody that you can ask, then you can pay for and buy authorized users, right? I've been doing this for several years now. So if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. But we don't have you add any authorized users until you clean up your credit, because there's no point of you adding authorized user and paying for it if you have bad credit. You want to add this on last, right? So these are things that you can do unless you're asking your family member and friend or grandma, like I said, grandma, grandpa that have had good credit, or they have history because they've been around for a long time. So they most likely have a credit card, right? And they most likely take care of the credit. They just don't know about credit like how we know about credit, unless they're very well versed and they're rich and they know how to use credit to their advantage. Most people are not in that situation where they know how to leverage credit to their advantage. So it's okay if they don't, but if they have good credit, you don't want to add on to anybody's authorized, become an authorized user on anybody's card if it's bad credit, because then you'll adopt the bad credit. So make sure they have good credit, but go through this stuff. This video right here is about 3 hours going over everything that I just went over with you as well. And she's going to break down your starter cards. She's going to break down pretty much everything that you need to know about credit, which is exactly what I just went over with your payment history, credit card utilization, age, mixed credit, and the hard inquiries, which is what we just, went over briefly here today. So this is very valuable information, but you have to sit down and take notes and, learn this stuff, because you didn't learn this in school, but it's not an excuse, right? They didn't teach us anything in school. That is very important, in my opinion, that we are using today. I'm not using algebra. I'm not using trigonometry. I'm not using geometry right now, right? And if you are a engineer, right, then that's something different. If you're a doctor, then that's something different, right? But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the average person, the information that we learned in high school, not being put to use now. Because some of y'all went to college and don't have a career or job in the field that you went to college for. So I digress. Use the links for credit building on the following slides. You need 6 to 10 positive accounts. I tell all my clients this, so you guys are getting the same information my clients get, right? If you have high credit card utilization and you don't know how to lower it, they're actually going to change this real soon. I think they're about to change it this Friday. So I would highly recommend that you get this. You're going to buy a piece of jewelry, but when you buy this piece of jewelry, it's going to show on your credit report you have $15,000 credit limit, and then you pay on that piece of jewelry that you decide to buy over a period of time, and this will lower your credit card utilization. And if you don't do it in a timely manner, they're actually changing the limits, and they're going to base it based on your uh, credit score. So they're actually hooking you guys up with a $15,000 limit no matter what you do, as long as you buy a piece of jewelry. And you just click that link, and that would. So if you have a high credit card utilization and you don't have extra income to lower it, or if you don't know how to, what you should know how to do the statement date, because the video's literally right here showing you the statement date.
here's a credit now, guys. I'm going to share my
Right. So if you finesse and pay down your balance before the
here's a
statement date, then you should be good. But if you're not able to do so for whatever reason, then you can add 15,000. That will lower your credit card usage. Simple as that. You can add Experian Boost. I don't really care about Experian Boost, but you can add it and get some points on your report for that. You can do the extra. It's a debit card that reports to your it reports to your credit agencies as a credit card, right? So it builds your credit. So get extra, and there's a fee for that, of course. So they charge a fee. There's 2 accounts here, so we're gonna count, right? Let's count. That says 6 to 10, right? That's 1, 2, 3. These are 2 accounts. That's 5. Self lender 6. Credit strong 7. Kickoff 8. Boom Pay. I talked to you guys about that, reporting your credit. 9, grow credit. 10, if you're paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, all these other things that you're paying for, this allows you to get credit for that. And grain is something that you can add on. 10, you can do rent reporters, and you can, these are just credit my rent, rental karma, rent reporters. These just report the rent for you. So boom, you know, Tomo it'll let you know what you qualify for. You can qualify for a credit card here. Boom. Surge, Chime, Fit, Sable. We just looked at that. One Finance. We already have Self Lender that we went over. Open Sky. I don't recommend Open Sky at all, but it's on there. Secure loans, or you can get a loan. This ring, this notification. I hate this ringtone, man. Does anybody get annoyed when their phone goes off, or is it just me? And I don't even know why it goes off, because my phone is. I don't get it. My phone goes silent, but the volume's all the way down and it's still ringing. I don't get it. Anyways, secure loans. You can go to your bank and you can do just like a secure. So you guys can do secure credit cards as well. Discover has one. I don't have that on here, but I'll show you guys. Discover has one. Capital One has one. I don't recommend Capital One. And then Capital One. There's a bunch. You guys can just Google this stuff, right? Google secure loans that graduate is what I would write. That's what I would put in the Google search. Secure credit cards that graduate, so that way it actually becomes unsecure. You get your money back. You can do secure loans, which is great. Navy Federal offers this. I'm sure other banks do that as well. Just look up on Google if you don't know what it is or don't know who offers that. Go and get a secure loan. You're going to put, for an example, this says $1,000. What you can do 500, you can do a 100, whatever the case may be. You want to, I'll just give you the play on this real quick. You're going to go to your bank. You're going to give them $500 and say, I want a secure loan. They're going to give you the $500 right back. You're going to pay down the loan that you've created, and then you're going to, pay down 90% of it. So pay back $400 of the 500 and then make $10 payments on the remaining balance for the next 10 months. That will show positive, that's going to be a secure loan. You do that, you add a couple of those, that'll be another 2 3 accounts. So I showed you how to get at least 10 positive accounts just now, over 10 positive accounts just now, to boost your credit, right? However, you still need to remove those negative items, but you can do this in the meantime, right? So giving you guys the game, give you guys the plays, you guys take the information, run with it. I hope this helps you out. Hit that like, share, subscribe. And yes, make sure you definitely get that fold card, because the fold card is where it's at. If you're paying bills anyway, then why aren't you not? Why are you not? Why are you not? Why are you not? Stacking Bitcoin, guys. Why are you not? So here we are. Look at that. It's kind of like I told you. Boom. Hit it. Hit it. Hit the alert. Come on. Hit it. Hit it. There it goes. Alert hit. Alert hit. Hey, I try to fade. I try to fade your boy, man. That's crazy. I try to fade me on the liquidated long. I'm getting notifications of liquidated longs. Longs getting liquidated. Coin glass. Hit that like, share, subscribe if you're not tuned in on X and you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, share the page, share this video, because somebody needs to learn about their credit, right? Somebody needs to understand the power of their credit, right? Because not only are you able to get business credit, but you'll be able to pay less for things, and that can go into Bitcoin, and that can help you to establish, help you to establish a better position in Bitcoin and stack away, right? Versus you paying more of these things in interest to the banks, which, they're committing fraud on so many different levels, right? So here it is, right? Like, if you're learning something that's going to help somebody else, please share that information with somebody else, because most people, again, don't understand the power and don't know what makes up their credit. So I'm glad I was able to go over that with you guys here today, and the power of your credit, and why you should restore your credit, why you should fix your credit, why you should repair your credit, however you want to phrase it. And that's why I started this business back in 2020, but I was actually doing it since 2017, but started my own business in 2020. And, this is why I do it, because I understand that it can help you not only save money, which will help, alleviate a lot of stress, but it can help you to invest more, because you have more discretionary income to use as you see fit, not for you to spend more on interest to pay the banks that are already making hand over fist, tons of fees from overdraft, tons of fees from high interest rates because you have bad credit, tons of fees from from fees from you using the bank, and you have to have a certain amount in the bank, and if not, then we're going to charge you a fee. All the fees, man. You know how many fees these banks charge? It's crazy. They charge so many fees. It's crazy. So we don't want you to fall victim to being uneducated and uninformed anymore. But again, it's up to you, right? I can only lead you to the water. I can only lead the horse to the water. I can't make you drink. I can only provide this information. It's up to you to take advantage of the information. Whether you join or do it yourself, it's up to you. Just know that we are able to help you. And I do have a do it yourself ebook as well. So if you do want to get that, because it's only $26, so you can DM me. Actually, I'm giving away some for Christmas. So if you want to get that for free and do it on your own, what's funny is most people get the do it yourself ebook and they don't have time to do it. So they get the ebook and they don't really have time because they're busy working, right? So a lot of people are going to you have two things. You're going to pay in two ways. So no matter what, you're going to pay, right? So either A, you're going to pay with your time, or B, you're going to pay with your money. So if you have time to do it on your own, do it on your own, but just know that it's probably going to take you longer because you don't know what you're doing, right? You're going to have to, look on YouTube or whoever it is that you're going to get your information from, or even if you're using the do it yourself ebook, you know, we give you everything you need, but there's also the CFPB video that I made to help you speed up the process as well. So, it's up to you. Just take action. Whether you decide to, utilize our service or not, I don't care. I just want you guys to do better at the end of the day. And so I just provide services for those people that want to better themselves. So look at this. We're coming down, coming down, coming down. You guys think we hit this 99.5? Isn't that crazy? I said 99.5 before I even knew this actual fib was going to say 99.5. Let's zoom out. I think I said 99.5. Look at that. Boom. I told you guys we were discount incoming, guys. I told you guys. Red diamond. Boom. Look at these strong sells for you to have this much, the size of this candle to be at this size, guys. It's a lot of sell pressure going on right now. So 30-minute time frame. Boom. Last 30 minutes. We've been on this call an hour and 30 minutes. So since we've been on this is 1 hour, hour and 30 minutes. So since I've been on here, I told you guys it was going to drop, and we've been dropping ever since. Boom. We just hit our second support level here at 100,000 that I've already shared with you guys from the previous day, and we're still dropping. Dang, bro. I love when y'all fade me, man. I love when y'all fade. The fades be real, but I be realer. Hit that like, share, subscribe. If I brought any type of value, if you made any type of, if you made some Satoshis, I'm excited too, man. I'm excited about the price action as well, because it's a discount. the discount incoming. You thought, the title of this is called Discount Incoming because I knew that we were going to start to sell off, guys. Because I'm just looking at the data, guys. I'm looking at the data. We pump way too much, and there's way too many longs, like we just saw on CoinGlass. So you gotta use common sense, right? If there's so many longs, right, they're going to only liquidate the longs right now, guys. If there's too many shorts and so many shorts, then they're going to do the opposite, right? So we got to use that in conjunction with what the charts are telling us, in conjunction with FOMC right now, probably going hammer. Yeah, it's already 3 o'clock, so FOMC I'm sure is over, but we got that diamond at 2 o'clock. And we've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. So yeah, it looks like I think I'm getting that notification is CoinGlass. Yeah. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys learned something new. Like, share, subscribe, share the information with your friends. Join the tax class if you want taxes back and to stop paying taxes on your W 2 legally simply by claiming unlawful money. We went over this last Friday, had a nice class last Friday. This is the last and final class this Friday. There will be a replay that you can get. It will be $199 as well. So if you missed the class or want the replay, along with all the documentation and everything that you need to get your taxes back for those of you that work a W 2 job, then I would highly recommend that you do so because I'm sure you paid more than $200 in taxes over the last 3 years. And I'm sure you could utilize especially if you're in a state that has state and income tax. Dang, you're getting knocked over the head right now with taxes. So, save money on those things. Use that money I'm just trying to help you guys save money all the way around. You're saving money on interest rates, right? Because you're not paying the bank all that high ass interest and you can buy more Bitcoin. If you are saving money on taxes and you don't have to pay Uncle Sam all these taxes legally, right? Then you can use all that money to buy more Bitcoin. So everything I'm teaching you guys and everything that I teach people is to ultimately get more Bitcoin, guys. So hopefully this information is valuable. Hopefully you'll take heed to the information and hopefully it was beneficial and that you know, that you learn from it. Because if not, it is what it is. It's okay. I can only do my part. I can only do my part, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to be logging off here today. Head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get your $10 free Bitcoin. Damn, we got a crazy wick. Look at this wick. Look at this wick. Looking at this price action. All right, cool. Head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get $10 free Bitcoin. Scan this QR code on the top right hand, or just click the link in the bio to get the fold card. Because if you're not stacking Bitcoin on your fold card, I don't know what you're doing. Even if you have a credit card, I wouldn't even be using no credit card. I'll be using the fold card all day, every day. All day, every day. I'm about to get another debit card with forward and give it to my son because he be spending money at the vending machines, right? He be spending mad bread. Vending machines mad expensive, yo. I'm about to 2 and 3. That's inflation for you. I remember. Who remembers back in the day snacks were like $1, chips were like $1. Who remembers chips being $1? Who remembers sodas being like $1? Right now everything is way more expensive. Vending machine snacks used to be like $1. Now everything's way more expensive. It's crazy. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I definitely need you guys to do so. I definitely need you guys to support, and I appreciate all you guys that do support, and I appreciate you guys that have been here rocking with me since 2020 or before 2020, or if you're just rocking with me this year. I appreciate you guys, each and every last one of you guys. We got King Bless on the show on Friday, so shout out to King Bless. We got Jeff Booth coming as well. We have I'll announce that, and then, like I said, we got a couple different things in play for us to celebrate and to be excited about, right? Because 2025 is going to be another amazing year, guys. So shout out to everybody that's been tuning in and watching and liking and sharing, subscribing, and even if you don't like, share, subscribe, it's all good. I appreciate you, haters. I appreciate you. How hard is it to click a button, guys? Dang, it shouldn't be that hard, guys. If you didn't watch yesterday's live stream, go check out yesterday's live stream where I created and showed you guys these levels before we even hit these levels. I said 80. I said 103. If we lose 103, I said 101. Came down right to 101. We actually came down to 100,000. So lower. So I think I said 101 to 100,000 or 101 to 99,000. Either way, go watch the video because I've already, explained this and said this in the previous live. So, anyways, BitcoinDadFiatDad.com. Go there real quick. My book is on the way. I promise. I promise. I promise. It's just been so much trying to get this book done. So many changes. So many everything. BitcoinDadFiatDad.com. Go get some merch. Go get the Bitcoin hoodies. Let me know what your favorite hoodie color is. You say you remember chips being a quarter. I remember the flip lady. She used to sell chips and everything for like 25 cents. I feel you. I exactly. Chips used to be a quarter. Flips used to be $1 for 50 cents. And I remember too, bro. I remember too. And it's crazy. That was for us. Imagine our grandparents, right? Our grandparents used to buy houses for like 20 grand, 50 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand for a house, guys. And now houses are, what's the medium house right now? Let's look at that real quick before we log on. The medium cost for a house, I think it's 300,000, right? Oh, oh my God. Oh my goodness. I thought it was 300. It's $385,000 for a. This is for your average median sales price in the United States. It's 385. Meanwhile, our grandparents, and parents were buying houses for anywhere between 120 to $100,000. Our grandparents anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000. Our parents $100,000, right? But us, we gotta get hit with the 385 due to inflation, due to and stupid money printing, due to the debt cycle that we're in. But the great thing is that we have Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, everything is cheaper in Bitcoin, right? Everything is cheaper in Bitcoin, so that's why you want to price everything in Bitcoin, and that's why you want to stack as much Bitcoin as you can, because everything priced in Bitcoin goes down forever. Everything goes to zero in Bitcoin, guys. So housing. 80% down in housing, 83% down in housing, 91% down in 5 years in housing. Okay. Isn't that crazy? Houses used to cost 100 Bitcoin, now they're 4 Bitcoin. Then they're going to be down to 2 Bitcoin. Then it's going to be down to point zero zero, 0.05 Bitcoin, or point zero 0.01 Bitcoin, or point 0.1 Bitcoin, right? Amazing. Once you start to realize and understand what's really going on, don't sleep on the information. Don't worry about the dollar value of things, guys. Worry about the cost in Satoshis, aka Bitcoin. It's much better when you just look at satoshis anyway, right? I got 400 million satoshis. Boom. That's a great way to look at it, right? I got some satoshis, man. How many satoshis you got, man? None of your business, but life is getting cheaper. Life is getting cheaper. All right, so head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris, get that fold app. And with that being said, let me get my camera back for you guys. So you guys can see. Let me get my camera back. Camera acting crazy per usual. So it's all good. Y'all don't need to see me, man. Y'all know what I look like. Y'all know what I look like. Y'all have a great day. God loves you. I love you. Bitcoin Chris checking out. I'll see you guys in the next video. And get your fold card. Get your fold card. Yeah, Bitcoin Chris checking out. Much love. God loves you. I love you. Say your prayers. Christ is King. See you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah.